Go ahead and start today on our mastermind. Hey, good morning, Neil.
Hey, good morning.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. You got a bright and cheery color on today.
Yeah, it's actually a Matheson Construction t-shirt I sleep in.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So we're talking today masterminds about lead generation and referrals. So let's go over that really quick. So they're going, okay. So talk about referral leads. We have broker leads. We used to with OpCity, but because the inconsistency OpCity and also bad referral and also broker consequences, we no longer are using OpCity. Now we still with Prime Street, and that is a 60-40% split. Now that may vary with other Maxim One brokerage and their ICA, but for us it is 60-40. Now, for any internal leads that we receive and give to the agent, it is 730 splits. And
Mhm.
also do your KV Core. You guys, please utilize this product because KV Core, you can generate leads in there as well. So that, guess what? If you generate yourself from that system, it's free of charge. That's the best kind of
Mhm.
all. So we also have self-generation, meaning some of you guys, you don't think about it, and I occasionally do forget. When I'm at a soccer field, at church, just having conversation, building that relationship. I have a conversation, we talk about different things, and a lot of people, especially when they're a lawsuit, there's some folks, about a third of our client are aware and does listen to news. With what's going on with NAR, and they will ask you the question. It's good for you to be able to explain to them what is going on with the NAR lawsuit, and also these folks. I had one person come up to me and say, "Hey, so I understand that it should be cheaper buying right now because the seller, as a seller, me the seller doesn't have pay buyer's agent." And that's where I politely correct them. I said, let me ask you something. If you were told to work for a job, will you take nothing for it or are you expect to get paid?" And they kind of looked at me like, what? So I said, when you bought your house, did you pay for it? A commission. So, this is a good leeway to talk to anybody about in our lawsuit or any misunderstanding. And while I tell them that, internet is fabulous. It's got a lot of information, but be careful the information you absorb because some of them are just blatant lies and some of them are good stuff. So, as far as church, and my kids are in sports, so we get to network with a lot of folks that are football parents. And my daughter used to be in band. We network with them and let them know, what we do as far as our business. A lot of us like to be secret agents, and we're not secret agents. So if you don't tell them what you do, guess what? That opportunity may bypass you, and it may be a 500,000 plus sales that you're missing because you don't tell them what you do. Um, Services you use, all right, such as salon, not you, Neil, but well, maybe you do, I don't know. Folks you use service with. I mean, it doesn't hurt, salon's the biggest place of what I call networking, gossiping, communication corridor. And they will tell everybody if you're nice to them, tip them well. I can tell you right now, most your salon folks will say, "Oh yeah, this lady came in and she was awesome and she's a realtor." If anybody was talking about wanting buying a real estate restaurant, I know that sounds weird. We sit right next to Golden Crust. They always have people come in and out. So some of our agents do go over there and say, "Hey, do you mind if we put our business card right next to your, there's actually in the trash can, there's a platform up there. There's a bunch of business card there. And so my recommendation, if you're going to do stuff like that, make sure your business card is catchy. That's different than a regular standard business card. Whether it's a bold color or different size, shape, or what have you, people tend to remember that. And make sure when you do business card, we're in such a technology advanced environment right now, make sure you have a QR code in there because a lot of people will scan a QR code, they'll automatically put you in their system in their phone. So Alan will use a pop-up. Pop-up is a little software, and it's got a QR code. When you scan it, it gives you all the information for him. Not only that, he gets a text with you, the client, whoever is scanning the information. So that's a great tool. Entertainment. I have known some kids that work in a movie theater or at Dave and Buster, and I tell them, say, hey, listen, if anybody, anytime anybody talk about anything about home, I will love the opportunity. Grocery store. We have so one of my agent goes in the grocery store and she just go in there and say, and with her name tag. And you'd be surprised sometime that she would be stopped by a client, potential client, say, you're in real estate business, right? She say, yes. And then the conversation flows. Okay. Understand your past client is always the best referral. Um, I have agents that sometimes, especially during holiday season, they will go instead of baking the pie because it takes time, they would go to Costco and buy a nice general size apple pie and deliver to some of their best referrals, their leads. That it's been what 3 or 4 years that since she sold the property, and also knows that they're a talker. That they will tell everybody about them and and if they have any referrals. So this is a natural conversation. Your past client should be your biggest cheerleader. And if you schedule yourself to where most people typically get in about 8 o'clock in the morning, and they're done by 5. So I would try to catch them after hour, right after work, because early morning they may try to get ready and what have you, or during lunchtime. So, a nice text to them, say, hey, can I call you later this afternoon when you get off work? You can do that early in the morning. So if you schedule yourself with these leads and also your past client, I can guarantee you that 9 out of 10, they will respond back. And 9 out of 10, just say, sometimes they're not selling, and that's okay, and just catch up with them, see how their families are, and try to keep it within 3 to 4 minutes. Okay. If there's not a good source, but sometime in conversation, I do know that they will say, I'm not looking, but I just talked to one of my friends and she was looking at blah, 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 blah. And then that's where you can go with that. And not only that, if your past client give a referral, I know it sounds weird. I actually use Harry and David quite a bit, and they have a fruit of the month. And so what happened is, especially for my closings, I will send them a fruit of the month. It lasts 12 months. Okay. It's 12 months of touches. And every month is a different fruit, a different lead. And I can tell you 9 out of 10 people appreciate something of value. And when they come in, those are nice boxes and the fruit are excellent. They handpick those. They don't ship out nasty stuff. And so therefore, that's 12 touches that you're doing after closing. And then for the clients that has referred you, send in a basket, you know. Um, and it's a nice touch, you guys, because they'll think about, oh yeah, she send me stuff all the time because, we have a relationship, and and they know that you work really hard for your business and that you keep in touch with your client. Okay. The other one is the individual sign up and network. Okay. If you guys are a member of any board, MSAR, or MBOR or Atlanta Realtor or up in North, I know that you feel like, well, they're an agent. Why would they want to network with me? Well, sometime it's through that network system that you may have someone that they know live in Virginia and you want to do referrals, okay? And vice versa. And so sometime that they have, and sometimes some of our agents are, um, they're reciprocating in other states, okay? And so they do a lot of referral outbound and the people they can trust. And so a lot of and sometimes with board networks, sometimes it's about information gathering because you can just by talking to them, sometimes they'll can give you little nuggets that tells you what they're doing to make their business successful. And that sometimes based on the information, you may get a little nugget say, oh, I may want to do that as well. Okay. Network functions are very important, especially in holiday gatherings. I know sometimes when you go to holiday gathering, it's not just about, the food, but sometimes it's about networking about what you do and what you do. And it's not always, and you don't want to be so blatant in their face to where all you talk about is business. You do want to talk about you as an individual because people like to know who they're dealing with before they know what you do for business. Okay. Um, and also, as part of our orientation sign up, we have a list of folks that you can sign up um, with that are agent individual sign up. So just a couple of documentation before you need to do is that CO16 for your board realtors or RE 156 is a referral form which outlines what what your referral is. So a lot of people ask me, so what is a reasonable referral? It depends. What is the scope of work? If you know this client is going to be high maintenance, then you might want to think about, hey, um, talk to the other agent, say, listen, they require A, B, C, D, F, G. So are you willing to take on the task? If so, I'll take a little less. But if they're easy client, they're identified property, then you might negotiate higher referral fees. And when you do that by license law, just so you know, the client has to be acknowledging that they're being referred. And that's FA 43 for the board member and RE 157 for the non-board member. And if you're needing some documents signed, please email to broker@maximumpartners.com for my agents. And Neil will provide that with his agent whichever email address that you guys need to email for signature. So the following few pages, and I will send a copy of this PDF and let you know where you can sign up. So the individual, like I said, we do Pine Street 6040. That has to be registered through the brokerage. And understand if you do lead a broker while you have a transaction, that transactions stay with the brokerage. So we will have to basically split it out to the Prime Street folks. Now, if you are, um, let's say, moving from Maximum One to another brokerage, now we will have to notify Prime Street and let them know you're no longer with us. If whoever brokerage you're with, they're the one has to be able to sign up with Prime Street. Okay, if not already. So here are a couple sites for agent individual sign up, and good job to some of y'all because I have gotten some requests for signature lately. Veteran United, Homes for Hero, Redfin, Ojo, So.com, Zillow Flex, and I will send a copy of this. Referral Cloud, Homelight, Clever, Agent Pronto, Agent Harvest, UpNest. I just saw one earlier today. Agent Fix Up, Rocket
So the
Phones.
website for leads for.
Correct.
Yes.
These are all
Oh,
websites.
Debbie was asking. Yeah, Ada was asking.
Yeah, no worry, no worry. So Effective Agents, Expert, Estately, 55 Place, My Agent Finder, Homebird. Understand all these have their own set of splits. So make sure you read the fine prints with it like everything else. If you don't read the fine print, you may not realize you're going to be paying a lot more than you initially thought. Like with Veteran United, I do believe if so, we had an incident where is a vet, okay, but they were short selling their property. So guess what? When you short sell property, the seller cannot get any referrals. So all the referral went back to a Veteran United. Okay, what they do in the back end is none of my business. But because it's a short sale product, the seller could not get rebates back. Mellaho, New Zip, NAF Phones, Glenback, Sky for Inc., expert home offer, and better. These are all legitimate website that we have vetted.
2023 zone. Prime timer.
So if you don't mind, I will send this out to you guys after, or just actually email Nancy since she's online. I will send this PDF to, so it's Nancy at max1partners.com. I'll send
You
this
guys
PDF.
have it in paperless, so we've already uploaded it back a while back. Referral list from
Mhm.
me. I believe it's in your paperless pipeline under branch managers. Just if you would just put referrals in the search bar, you'll find it.
Yep. Well, we have a couple guests in here, so I just want to make sure they get the
Okay.
benefit of it as well. So, all right. So
Good
with that
question.
said, what are you guys doing for referrals? What are y'all fostering? How you're fostering it? It's open forum, so
Ming, I know we've been trying to push the top 50 where
mhm,
rather than going through these referral companies and paying them large chunks of money, is reaching out to past clients, the things that we've gone over since we got into business that
absolutely.
the agents just don't do it. So if you really spent time keeping in contact with past clients and the people you know, you're gonna get business without paying these large referral fees. Some people don't want to do that. Even my own son, who's a top agent with us, I don't think he does that. He buys leads from realtor.com and he spends thousands of dollars a year to purchase leads. And he closes a lot of them, but it's costing him so much money. And I'm like, you've sold a lot of homes. Why don't you start using KV Core and keeping in contact with your clients? But I'm not going to do it for him. I mean, he's getting ready to turn 24. I mean, he's on his own, um, but I encourage all of our agents to do that. I tell people all the time, if I had to go back into sales and like do
Mhm.
listings and sales, the first thing I would do is go through my contacts and just start reaching out to people and asking them, hey, if you know anybody looking to buy or sell anytime soon, please refer them to me. Because if you ask and you plant that seed, there's no way you're not going to do business. It's not a gamble. Real estate's not, if you do what you're supposed to do. But most people want to sit and wait for it to come to them. And, in some markets that happens. Right now, it doesn't. So that's
I'm
my biggest thing.
curious, have you asked your son why he choose to pay leads? I mean, what's the reason behind it? Because there's got to be a reason behind it.
Well, I've not asked him because I know it's like even older agents, older than me, that still buy leads.
Mm-hmm.
It's all they know. That's the
Okay.
only way. He started at like 18, 19 years old, and that's how he's done business. So that's all he knows. And when it's working for somebody, I know it's hard to make yourself do something different. So I don't, and honestly, I talk to a lot of our agents way more than I talk to my own son when it comes to business. Like I've never really helped him that much. He don't ask a lot of questions. He figures things out. Um, but I just know that's why, because it's working for him and that's all he's known.
Right.
And but I've told other agents that I've had very experienced agents that literally have closed hundreds of deals through the years that was doing the whole Zillow thing. And it's like, why? Why do you not? You've got hundreds of past clients. Why are you not marketing to them and focused on that? Then you're not paying nothing. You're just collecting. And you can work less and make more. I'm about that. That's me. I'd much rather only sell 5 homes versus 9 and make more money because I did a little bit of work to generate that business.
I get it.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's hard. And like you said, we're a creature of path of least
Mm.
resistance. And if it's easier to pick the low bearing fruit, we typically do that. And sometimes that may cost us some value. But what I want to caution all of you guys about with that system is that what happens if those leads rise up?
Mm.
Where are you gonna go? So, I do believe not to keep your egg in one basket. I do believe that you need multiple sources if you want to buy lead, and those are nice, substantial, I mean, auxiliary income. I think
Mhm.
that's great. But at the end of the day, I do believe in our business, if you're not here to build a relationship with your clients or are afraid to do that, I understand because we all have our strengths and weaknesses,
Mhm.
and it's about knowing your strength, but improve on your weakness. That's going to make you a better agent. And sometimes, a lot of people ask me when I first started our own brokerage about almost 8 years ago, I never taught, y'all, never taught a CE class or get up in front of public and speak. And I
Yeah.
remember it was very nerve-wracking the first time. And that, it's helped me along the way over the years where I can just go in if I know my stuff, because all of y'all do know your stuff. You can go in with confidence. And that's one thing with the NR lawsuit too, you guys. If you know what your worth is, you'll never walk away from the deal. Okay. For those that doesn't appreciate you, they're not a client to start off with anyways. And I don't say that lightly because I know we all need clients. Okay. But at the end of the day, if they can't see your value, they're not going to trust you. And this whole transaction is not going to be a good one. Anybody else have any suggestion, comments, and as far as what you do for referrals? And when you
I
went out,
did.
hey, Michelle.
Hey, I just want to say something else too about networking. I don't think you heard. One of the good things about going to networking events on the north side of town, if you work the south side, they're excited to meet somebody because they don't want to come on the south side.
Yeah, the traffic itself is horrible. By the way, Neil's in Northside, just so you know. So, and I think Adrian is in Northside too as well. So y'all, this is part of networking. Y'all should be exchanging your number on the chat. Seriously. And like you're right, Michelle. Do I want to drive all the way to Beaufort? Heck no. I mean, gas and the frustration sometimes is not worth it. It's easier just and plus I don't know the market as well over there. I would spend hours to figure out what the comps are and also see what is the culture up there because what's acceptable down south may not be acceptable north, and you'll always get out there and then you get a frustrated client on top of that. All right. Miss Miss Kime, do y'all Latavia, comments, suggestions? Good one, Michelle. So what are y'all gonna do today after this meeting?
I'm sorry, I'm just now able to take it on mute.
Okay.
Comment that used to help me. I taught kindergartners. I can talk to children all day long and it comes natural. But when I had parent night, I would have to practice because they're new, they're different, don't know how they, respect me or non-respect what where your position is with your children. And practicing in the mirror, like you're actually talking to a client or a customer, would be very helpful.
I know that sounds weird, but it does work.
It does
Latavia?
sound weird and um putting up pictures of somebody if you can't look at a mirror and look at yourself, putting up a picture or talking to a stuffed animal if you're parents now and you have
Pooh
but
Bear.
seriously, it does help. It does help to practice and say it out loud, not just say it in your head. It really does.
It does. Latavia?
No, I was just gonna say, piggyback off what Michelle did say. I was at a class, and when someone found that I'm on this side of town and they were on another side of town, we exchanged information. It was really exciting for them.
Good.
And also, what you said is the secret agent thing, is that we really have to not be secret agents. I'm finding that, even though as long as I've been in the business, sometimes I want to find myself taking off my name tag, but you have to be in that mode.
And you always got to have a business card ready. And so for some of you, millennials are more technology savvy. So you might want to look at some electronic device where or a QR code they can scan in and automatically put your information in their phone and vice versa. Pop It is what Alan used and it works really well. So, you know, you can now there are some of us are old fashioned. We still like a paper card. So those things are so cheap. Please utilize them. But yeah, thank you. I think that's great that you're able to talk to another agent from outside your area and make that connection because think about it. This is how you trust other agent. This is how we need to get our client trust us because they got to know you, right? Because if they don't know you, guess what? They're not going to use you because I can tell you right now, every client of ours know at least 5 or 6 agents within their spheres.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Debbie, do you have anything in Madonna?
No, except I'm going to continue working on my forming of my subdivision. I got out some letters, over the weekend and I intend to get the rest of them out today.
Great, great. Let me tell you guys, Debbie is probably one of the hardest, most consistent person that I know in referrals and generating lead. It's taking her a little bit, but I'm seeing a little bit and she's never discouraged. Okay. And that's the other thing, you guys, when you go in this business, it's a mindset. You gotta have a mindset that you're gonna succeed. Because if you go, woe's me, like everybody else on the internet, like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. NAR just did a settlement. This is horrible. The sky's falling. I can tell you right now, the sky will be falling on you if you have that mentality. So you can't let other people stop you from your goal and provide. And for some of us, is about providing our four walls to our family. So it's not a option. It is a job and it is a career mindset. So, and I see a couple of y'all, Sherry, she's done really great in getting her clients. She's been going at it. Um, so, and Sheila is very consistent as well. And I see she rebranded herself and her image, and it's to where that she is a lot more into the real estate business now than when I first met her, Sheila. And I'm very proud of you for that. And Michelle, thank you for being such a good teacher. You always are very good in helping other people as well. And with that spirit and that kinder soul, I can tell you that you probably get more referral that way because you're there to serve others. So that's pretty much what I have for referrals, guys. Is about sticking to your schedule. Okay. It's about you either get a mailer out, texting first thing in the morning when you know your client can talk to you, but say, hey, can I reach out to you this afternoon when you're off work? But you know, unfortunately, our schedule is not as 9 to 5. Our schedule is going to be outside of 9 to 5. So you need to, let's say, from 2 to 4, you have downtime. Utilize that time for your personal self because we all need some personal time as well. And then if you have to work from 5 to 7, you know, schedule it, but also in consideration of your family meals too, because that's a huge impact on your life as well. So I think if y'all just sit down, look at your schedule for the day, what is it that's most effective for you and your client and your family as well? Because sometimes, you know, I love my clients, but there's time I draw the line when the family comes first. So anybody else?
Oh, me, I have one thing else I want to say
Sure.
that, mindset is so important. It doesn't matter that someone knows 10 agents. Like what you said, is showing your value and showing that this is what you do. So that's why all of these classes, if somebody ever asks, what's the market doing? I am always confident in being able to speak. But that is one of the things that can set us apart so often. It doesn't matter how many agents they know. Show your value and believe that, well, they know those people, but they're not active. Most people are not active. I am. And I always tell
Right,
people that. And
right,
now I'm trying to show that I'm active because that's the other thing, like you just said, I just never really wanted to put what I consider somebody's business out there. And so I never really posted that much. But now I'm doing it more because at the end of the day, I want people to see that I am active and this is what I do. Because it is one of the worst things when someone says to you, "Oh, you still in real estate?"
How often
Somebody
do we
broke
hear
my
that?
heart when she said that. She
That's
said, "You don't
funny.
post anymore." I was
That's
like, "Oh my
funny.
goodness."
That's hilarious. So Alan and I, before we got in real estate, we worked in a restaurant. So and we did a lot of church community outreach. We probably 10 years ago, but probably less than that too. So a lot of folks in church know us as the chef. I'm like, that's not my business. So we were poor in our image of what we actually do. And so we have correct that since then. So, but like you said, if you don't tell the world who you are, how are they going to know? So, no more secret agents. Y'all, please do schedule yourself or time slot, whether it's a text, phone call on past client, or search the site to sign up for leads. Whatever it is, schedule yourself. And plus, please do always do network stuff because I can tell you the network, you don't know information being passed down today may not be applicable today, but it may be applicable in a month. So, and I can tell that Neil knows that because there's time we get information, it doesn't hit us until like a couple months later. Oh, okay, I see where this applies now. So, but other than that, if nobody has anything else, Vaughn, I see you came
Yeah,
online.
yeah. Hey, good morning, Ming
Morning.
and everyone. Um, Yvonne Richardson here, getting back in the game. So I'm going to complete my business cards because I didn't finish them up when I was at the office
Okay.
Friday. So I'm going to complete them today, and I've got to get out there. And I'm it's a whole new game out there now, but
It's
I'm
a
ready.
new game.
I'm ready. I'm ready to take on the
Awesome.
challenge, and I feel that I am with an awesome team. You and Alan are the bomb, so
Well,
I
thank you very
appreciate you.
much. I want to
Yeah,
see the fire rolling. I want to see you call me back in a month and say, hey, Ming, I did this. Either it worked or not work. Listen, it doesn't matter whatever it is. Always bounce back on us and we can tell you a few things, what you can do or what we think may have happened. So we're good like that. And I see that we got Adrian from Coming, Neil, up in Northside. Michelle, obviously, for her information, Southside, and Carla. I have to give a shout out to Carla. I actually worked the transaction with her. She is a fabulous agent. She always put the clients first. There were a deal that we did that it's for the benefit of the client. So she's a great agent down in Macon, Warren Robin area. If you guys ever need down there, Neil, I know you don't want to travel all the way down there, so but I do have a few agents in that area. I actually have one that even go down to Cordell. I'm like, what? So, but anyways, that's where they're from in that area, so they have a lot of network over there.
well,
All
I
right,
don't want to wear you out, man, because I will be calling you and asking you and emailing
okay,
you. Believe that, and
okay.
updating you.
Okay, and I pray for your health as well. So, I'm glad you're getting back on it and let's put that fire in, let's execute it because what I don't see a lot of time is execution. There's a lot of talk. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to be there. But I can tell you right now, without the execution, you won't get there. I've seen some most educated, most informed agent out there that can tell me my business probably better than I can in certain area. But the problem is they don't execute. They talk
Right.
about it. Okay. So talking about it is great. Information is great. But when you don't execute it, it's like a book that's been sitting on shelf for years. It doesn't matter. Right? So y'all
That's
don't want to
true.
be, you guys don't want to be that book. You
Never.
want, you want to be the the advertisement so people keep picking that book up and read it because it's so dang good. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all for joining me this morning, and Alan will be back on tomorrow, next week. And he's got further topics. I'm not sure which topic he's covering, but every week. Which one?
Adrian?
Adrian?
I think that was feedback.
Okay. Well, I thank y'all for joining. Take your time out this morning, and I pray that y'all have a fantastic week and go get them.
All